The series begins with a girl named Sam sitting in the garden with her sister. We learn that she loves fashion and is used to playing with dolls and dressing them in new clothes. She tells her sister, "I want to be a famous model and fashion designer when I grow up." She promises to fulfill her dream. As the years pass, the girl grows up and becomes beautiful and cute, but she still holds on to her dream even though she hasn't achieved it. She likes to take pictures in many of her designs, and everyone admires her beauty and talent. However, when she returns home, she finds people demonstrating against her father. They say he is corrupt and has taken a bribe. She gets upset because she used to consider him her role model. At night, she sits down to eat with her family, and her father asks to talk to her. He tells her to study law to become a lawyer, but she refuses because she loves fashion and style. Then he swears to God that he has decided to propose her hand in marriage to his rich friend's son since they have common interests. Sam is surprised and refuses, but he insists and says that he has already thrown a party to introduce them. Our heroine gets upset and spends the whole night thinking, confused, and not knowing what to do. The next day, the new semester starts. She comes out confident and is surprised by the attention she gets because she is the most popular girl in the university. Everyone keeps staring at her in amazement. They all just want to get to know her, but Sam is arrogant and doesn't care about anyone. She goes to meet her friends, who are also beautiful like her. They walk together and agree to attend the new students' welcome party that night. Sam arrives first because she loves parties. There, a handsome young man sees her and is impressed by her beauty. He goes to talk to her. When he finds out that she is not engaged, he asks for her number, and she agrees to give it to him. But then Sam remembers that her father has already decided to propose her to his friend's son, so she decides to look for him. To see his picture, she writes his name on Instagram, but a fat, ugly-looking young man appears. She is shocked and thinks he must be her fiancé. She feels frustrated and doesn't know what to do. One of her friends notices her and goes to talk to her. He learns that her father wants her to get engaged. He feels sorry for her and takes her out to cheer her up. They sit with their friends, and each one shares their dream. They joke, laugh, and have a nice time. But when she returns home, she finds her family waiting for her. They ask her to dress up so she can go with them to the party. She is forced to go. Our heroine listens to them and accompanies her family. There, she meets her father's rich friend, who calls his son to introduce him to her. Sam feels frustrated, expecting to see the same fat young man. But when she looks, she is surprised that he is actually a handsome young man, and she realizes she had miscalculated. As she stares, the young man greets her and tells her his name is Young. Her father decides to leave them alone so they can get to know each other. Sam is at first excited to talk to him, but she quickly discovers that he is arrogant and treats her with condescension. She also learns that he, too, is being forced into the engagement. Upset by his behavior, she leaves him standing alone, but he follows her and suggests they deceive their parents by pretending to be engaged and in love until they graduate from university. After that, they can break up. Sam is impressed by the idea and agrees. Suddenly, their parents enter, and Young is forced to hold her hand. They pretend in front of them, acting like they can't believe they found each other after all these years and are in love. His father is overjoyed and tells him that he has prepared a surprise in his office. When he goes, he finds the engagement rings. Both are forced to wear them, making their engagement official, even though they can't stand each other. When Sam returns home, she swears she will never see him again. But of course, fate has other plans. The next day, she wakes up early to go for a walk and sees her sister running ahead of her just as she notices a motorcycle speeding toward her. She was wearing hearing aids and didn't notice it. Sam runs to her and saves her just in time. But her sister, instead of thanking her, makes her upset. Sam walks away, and it becomes clear that their relationship is tense, unlike when they were young. Sam gets upset because she risked her life and hurt her legs for her sister, yet she didn't appreciate it. She can't handle all of this. Suddenly, a dog appears and comes to play with her, but then she realizes that it belongs to Young. She is surprised when she sees him holding her hand. He helps her stand up, and as she approaches him, he keeps staring at her. The two of them stare at each other, and our heroine feels embarrassed. She thanks him, but he notices that her legs are hurt. He decides to help her get home. When they arrive, he sterilizes her wound and applies a bandage. Sam is touched and thanks him for his concern, but he coldly says that it is his duty because he is a doctor. She gets angry at his coldness and leaves him. Back at home, she later goes to sit with her friends. When she opens her phone, she finds that many young men have followed her, but she refuses to accept them because she is now engaged. Her friend notices that she is upset and asks what's wrong. Sam is forced forced to tell her everything that she is engaged to someone she doesn't love, just to please her family. She explains, I agreed with him that we'll break up after graduation, but now she is confused whether she can talk to other guys or not. Her friend sympathizes with her and tells her, since it's a fake engagement, you have the right to do whatever you want, go out with other guys, and even get engaged. Sam is convinced by her words and decides to do so. That night, she goes to a party and meets the guy who had taken her number. She's happy because she likes him, but suddenly, her father sends her a message telling her that young June is waiting for her. Sam is surprised because she forgot the date and has to leave the party. She quickly returns home, but arrives late. Her father gets angry because she embarrassed him and tells her that he has decided to marry her off to young June. Young June refuses, but Sam is afraid her father will find out about their secret agreement, so she is forced to tell him that she agrees. The next day, she goes with young June to his house to meet his family and siblings. When young June sees her, he hugs her, and they pretend in front of their parents that they are in love. During lunch, he sits next to her, takes care of her, and even feeds her, but under the table, he steps on her leg. Sam realizes he is doing this to annoy her, but she is forced to bear it so that her father does not suspect anything. Then, Young's father tells them that he has bought them a new house, and that they will now move in together as a couple. He also announces that their wedding will take place in a month. Our heroes are shocked. They don't know what to do. They go aside to talk privately. They both want to break up and keep fighting, but each one wants the other to be the one to ruin the engagement, because both are afraid of their families. Suddenly, Young's mother notices them, so they are forced to hold hands. I miss you. I swear, I miss you too. Where have you been all this time? They pretend to be a loving couple. Young asks her to say something sweet to his mother, who is standing there. Sam, annoyed, whispers to him, love is 2 words. Damn you. Luckily, his mother misunderstands and thinks she said, I love you, and becomes happy that they are such a good match. Once they are finally alone, they start fighting again, but Young comes up with an idea. He suggests that they pretend to be married in front of their families and live together in the new house, but in reality, they can live separately like strangers. Each one will do whatever they want. Sam is impressed by the idea and agrees. The next day, she starts packing her bag, but she notices that some of her cosmetics are missing. She realizes that her sister took them because she needs them. She goes to her sister's room and offers to give her the rest, but her sister gets angry and says, I'm not a beggar. I don't want anything from you, and slams the door in her face. Sam is upset because she wanted to make her sister happy, not hurt her. Her sister secretly feels bad for her, knowing that the family doesn't care much about her. Later, Sam goes to her mother and asks her to buy the things her sister needs, but her mother refuses and tells her, your sister is grown up now. She needs to take responsibility for herself. She adds that Sam should focus on preparing to go live with Young. Our heroine is forced to obey. She takes her belongings and goes to the house where she will live with Young. When she arrives, she finds him waiting, but instead of helping her, he leaves her to carry all the bags herself. She is shocked to see that he brought his dogs to live with him, and he even makes it clear that his animals are more important than she is. He shows her around the house and points out the room where they will sleep. The two of them can't stand each other, so they agree that they won't interact at all. Sam accepts and goes into her room. At night, she comes out of the bathroom, but she starts playing music loudly. Young gets angry because he can't study and is forced to put on his headphones. Afterwards, Sam tries to sleep, but she can't because of the dog's constant barking. The next day, when she wakes up, she sits down to eat breakfast. Young wakes up and says, good morning. Sam is happy for a moment, thinking he's talking to her, but then she realizes he's greeting his dogs. She offers to let him eat with her, but he refuses, saying the food is unhealthy. After breakfast, Sam goes to wash her hands, and at that moment, she accidentally steps on the dog's pee without noticing. Shocked, she starts crying because she is obsessed with cleanliness. Young-soo sees her and laughs at her reaction. At night, Sam decides to change the atmosphere and goes out to meet her friends. They sit with her and ask why she doesn't go out much, but she refuses to tell them that she lives with Young-soo because she's afraid they'll misunderstand. She stays up late with them, quiet and distracted, and then returns home. When she arrives, she finds Young-soo still awake. He mocks her for being frivolous and wasting her time. She gets angry at his words and mocks him back, saying he does nothing but study all the time. She accuses him of being a coward with no personality, studying medicine against his will, only because he fears his father. Young-soo is hurt by her words and goes into his room. Sam feels guilty, realizing she was too harsh. The next day, she sees him having breakfast and tries to apologize, but he refuses to speak to her and walks away. Our heroine realizes she has hurt him deeply and doesn't know how to make up with him. She goes to university, still confused, and her friends notice she isn't her usual self. They invite her to a party to cheer her up. Of course, Sam, being a party girl, agrees. That night, she goes with them. At the party, they organize a drinking challenge. Whoever gets drunk first loses. Our heroine joins, but she gets drunk the fastest. Even though she was only drinking lemonade, she becomes completely drunk, and her friend offers to take her home. But instead, being a pervert, he plans to take advantage of her. When they arrive, however, he finds Young waiting. Seeing Young's strong build and intimidating presence, he panics, realizes Young is not to be messed with, and leaves quickly. Young is forced to support Sam, who is still drunk and hallucinating. She begins to cry and say that she feels lonely and that no one cares about her. Young is moved by her words. He sits beside her, trying to comfort and reassure her, and she thanks him. Sam apologizes to him, but he tells her he isn't angry anymore. They reconcile and talk all night, until she falls asleep on his shoulder from exhaustion. Young carries her to her room to rest. The next morning, he wakes her up in a rush, telling her their parents have come to visit. Afraid they will find out the truth, Sam quickly prepares herself. They put on their rings and go to greet them, pretending to be a happy couple. They act lovingly, convincing their parents that they truly love each other. Their parents are reassured and leave happily. Afterwards, Sam is relieved everything went well, but Young notices her blushing and teases her, asking if she's embarrassed because he got close to her. She becomes tense and hides her feelings, saying, "It's just hot today," before walking away. Later, she goes to her friend and confesses that she is living with Young in the same house. Her friend comforts her, advising her to be patient until graduation and then tell her family the truth. Sam is convinced by her words. That night, when she returns home, she finds Young waiting, clearly worried about her. Surprised, she asks, "What is this? Are we being nice now?" She keeps looking at him, her heart beating faster than usual. The next morning, she wakes up to find that he has prepared breakfast for her. This time, Young invites her to join him. Sam is delighted and exclaims, "What a wonderful day!" She is surprised by his sudden kindness and suspects he might be playing a prank, but she realizes he really made her favorite food. Happy but joking, she says, "What a wonderful day! Did you put poison in it, or what? You'll kill me like this." Despite her teasing, she is secretly touched by his care. She notices that he looks tired from studying all night and tells him to get some rest. As she carries the food, Young thanks her. Before going to his room, he glances back and sees her feeding his dogs and caring for them. Seeing her kindness, he feels happy and begins to admire her. Sam, meanwhile, goes to wash the dishes and clean the house, smiling as she realizes that living with Young is starting to feel different. At night, her mother sends her a message, telling her that she has invited them to dinner and warns her not to be late. Our heroine replies, "Of course I'll be there." She wakes up our hero and says to him, "What should I tell you? Today we can't be late, not even a quarter of a minute." He notices that she is wearing a new dress that looks nice. He admires her beauty and tells her that it suits her. She laughs and says, "Okay, uncle, now you're embarrassed, uncle." She waits for him in the car, saying, "Today, is it your mother who invited me, or my mother? I don't even know." When he joins her, she is surprised to see that he is wearing a shirt in the same color as her dress. She thinks he did it because he loves her, and when he extends his hand, she feels happy and remembers the moment. He seems like he wants to hold her hand, but instead, he asks for her mobile phone to play some songs. She hands it over, still embarrassed the whole way. She finds him spoiled. When they arrive at the party, everyone sits down. Xiong notices that his brother is looking at Sam and feels jealous. He holds her hand, pretending that they love each other, and keeps taking care of her. He even feeds her in front of his brother to annoy him, while his mother looks pleased. His relationship with Sam is important to her, so she asks Sam if Young is treating her well. Sam gets nervous and, forced to lie, says, "This is Young, the innocent angel who came down to Earth. He only has a little time left, and he even has wings." In reality, she can't stand him inside because of how heavy and overbearing he is. Before leaving, when she finishes eating, she goes to wash her hands, but finds Young's brother waiting for her. He asks to talk and tells her, "By the way, you're my favorite type. I'm offering you this. If you get tired of Young, break up with him and I'll marry you." Sam gets annoyed by his words because he treats her like a commodity. She tries to walk away, but he grabs her hand. Just then, Young arrives in time and pushes him away. He warns his brother, "If you ever try to get close to her again, you'll regret it." Our heroine, afraid that they will fight, tells him to calm down down and be more understanding. She takes him, and they leave together in the car. There, Young asks her why she didn't hit his brother, but she explains that she doesn't want problems to happen between them. He feels happy that she is worried about him and thanks her. He promises her that he will protect her and won't let anyone get close to her. They return home happily. The next day, our heroine wakes up early to prepare breakfast for him. Young is touched by her concern. He sits and eats with her. Sam notices that he is wearing his engagement ring and is surprised because he usually takes it off. She feels that he might be starting to like her and repeatedly asks him why, but he lies and says, "I'm wearing it, so my female friends will think I'm already in a relationship. That way, no one will bother me or try to get close." Our heroine feels jealous but refuses to admit it. She leaves him and goes to university, spending time with her friends. However, she meets the young man who once took her home, and she is afraid he might reveal that she lives with Young. She talks to him and asks him to keep it a secret. Her friends reassure her and promise that he won't tell anyone. At the end of the day, she returns home and brings food with her, knowing that Young usually stays up late studying. Indeed, she finds him still awake. They sit and eat together, sharing their dreams. Young tells her that he wants to become a doctor, to treat people suffering from poverty and lack of money. Sam admires his ambition, but she also fears he might mock her dream. When she tells him that she wants to become a famous model, he encourages her instead, telling her that she is beautiful and has a good spirit. His words give her self-confidence. Sam is delighted and thanks him sincerely, and the next day, she goes to university and sits with her friends in the cafeteria. Suddenly, her sister walks in front of them. Her friends think she's poor because she's wearing old clothes, and they keep bullying her, not knowing that she's her sister. Unfortunately, she doesn't forgive her, and her sister feels that she's being rude to her and leaves upset. Our heroine feels guilty and returns home sad. Young-soo sees her and asks her to come eat with him, but she apologizes and goes to her room. Young-soo is surprised and feels that she's not herself. He follows her and tells her to let his dogs play with her to improve her mood, and he succeeds in making her laugh. Sam is happy with his attention and that he at least noticed that she's upset. That night, she decides to go to a party to change the atmosphere. There, she meets the young man who took her number. He asks to dance with her, and though she refuses at first, she agrees not to embarrass him. But suddenly, Young enters the room, bringing her the flowers she loves to cheer her up. When he sees her dancing with the young man, he thinks there's something between them. He gets upset and feels heartbroken. He throws the flowers he brought and refuses to give them to her. He stands alone. Sam sees him and is surprised by his behavior. She realizes that he's jealous of her. She goes to talk to him and tries to convince him that he misunderstood and that the young man is just her colleague. But he's upset with her because he sent her messages that she didn't reply to. Sam apologizes and tells him that she didn't notice. To make up with him, she calls him and tells him not to be upset. Young laughs at her behavior and forgives her. They sit and talk together. They see a girl from the party who likes his looks and tries to get to know him, but he shows her the ring on his finger and tells her that he is engaged and loves his fiancée. The girl feels embarrassed and leaves, which impresses Sam. She brings him juice, keeps drinking, and is happy, but she feels dizzy. Young takes her with him, but her colleague stops him because he doesn't know them and thinks he wants to kidnap her. Sam shows him the ring and tells him that they are engaged. The young man is surprised, but is afraid she might not be conscious, so he warns Young, saying, "I've memorized your face, and if you turn out to be taking advantage of her, you will regret it." Young doesn't care about his words and takes her away. When they return home, he takes her to her room, but she asks him to stay with her and tells him that he looks handsome today. Young's face turns red, and he feels embarrassed. He tries to make her taste raisins, but her stomach hurts, and she runs to the bathroom. When she returns, he notices that she is scared, so he stays by her side to reassure her. Sam thanks him for being kind. She gets closer to him and kisses him on the cheek, but when she realizes what she did, she feels embarrassed and moves away. Young leaves her to sleep and goes out, but he remembers what happened and feels happy that they got closer. The next day, Sam goes to university, but keeps thinking about what she did and feels embarrassed. Her friends notice that she is absent-minded all the time. They ask her if she is thinking about Young. She gets nervous and tries to deny it, but her friend tells her that she saw him joking with his colleague and suspects that there is something between them. Our heroine hears this and decides to make sure herself. She sits alone and finds Young posting a video with his colleague while they are studying and joking together. She feels jealous of their relationship and is confused. She doesn't understand why her feelings are so mixed. She doesn't know whether she is upset or in love with him. When she returns home, she finds him studying and offers to take him out to a restaurant, but he tells her that he already had dinner with his colleague. Sam gets angry because he always eats without her. She leaves him and goes to her room, deciding to treat him the same way. The next day, she goes to visit her family, but on the way, she sees her sister standing with an older guy. She is shocked because this guy is already in a relationship with her friend. She fears that he is deceiving her sister. She decides to warn her mother, but her mother isn't interested because the girl isn't her daughter. Our heroine then decides to confront her sister. She goes to her room and tries to talk to her, but her sister gets angry and asks her not to interfere in her life and not to pretend to care about her. She closes the door in her face, and Sam gets upset by her words. She feels frustrated that her sister always misunderstands her. When she returns home, she finds Young preparing the same herb for her and is surprised by his sudden interest. She sits down to eat with him, but he gathers courage and proposes marriage. Our heroine is shocked and remembers what her friend said about his colleague. She suspects that he is playing with her. She refuses and tells him that she considers him only a friend and asks him to respect their agreement. She moves her chair away from him and tells him that, from now on, he must set boundaries between them. Young is surprised by her reaction. The next day, Sam goes with her friends for a birthday party, but she is surprised that Young is there with his colleague and notices that he is not wearing his engagement ring and is certain that he is deceiving her. She keeps looking at them from afar, but she can't bear it anymore. She leaves them and goes to the bathroom. She stands in front of the mirror, getting angry, and keeps talking loudly to try to convince herself that she is not interested in him and that she will forget about him from now on. But when she goes out, she finds him waiting for her, asking her if she is upset about anything. She decides to confront him with the truth that he is deceiving her. She tells him, "You are lying to me, and you are not wearing our engagement ring." Young is surprised and realizes that she is jealous of him and is happy. Without warning, he approaches her and tastes her raisins. She is shocked when she hears his actions, but he shows her his ring, which was on his other hand. He asks her if she actually likes him. Our heroine feels embarrassed. She is not satisfied to answer him yet. Embarrassed, so she takes some of it and walks away silent. When she comes home, she keeps thinking about what happened. She is confused between them, her feelings are mixed, and she feels sad, embarrassed, and afraid to confront him when he comes back. She decides she leaves the house to think and think. She wears clothes, and the next day, she goes to her friend. She tells her that she will stay with her for a while, and they sit. They eat together, and her friend notices that she is eating. She grabs her mobile phone to see Young Bot. She has a message or not, and asks her if she means it. She has a crush on him, and Sam gets nervous and refuses to tell her. "It's impossible for me to think about it, but why?" She enters her room and opens his email. She finds him at home, a video of him studying with his colleague. She gets more and more angry that she has no difference with him. She decides to regret it and calls the young man who took his head. She asks to meet him, and of course, he doesn't believe him and goes out. They sit with her in a cafe, and the young man keeps talking to her about himself. However, our heroine doesn't focus and keeps thinking about Young and her memories with him. Feeling that she misses him, she leaves the young man and returns home, but she is surprised to find Young waiting for her there. He tells her that he misses her and confesses that he admires her and asks her to come back to live with him in the house to prove to her the truth of his feelings. This woman, Sam, believes him and agrees. He decides to promise him, but it's not acting. Young hugs her and makes her taste raisins. He is forced to spend the night with her because it's getting late. When they go to sleep, Sam is nervous and afraid of him, but our son was raised twice and gets close to her. He looks at her from the top of her head to reassure her that he is protecting her, nothing more. Sam is impressed by what he did, and for the first time, she sleeps feeling safe. The next day, they return to his house and decide to go out. On a date, they are engaged, and Sam goes to choose an outfit to wear. She wears a dress that looks pretty. The two of them go out and sit together in a restaurant. Young is amazed by her beauty and pretty figure. He keeps staring at her and asks her, "What are the things you like? Just tell me what you want." He does all this to get to know her better, fulfill everything she wants, and get closer to her. Suddenly, while they are sitting, a friend of hers enters and asks our heroine about her relationship with Young. Young thinks she's going to lie, but Sam ignores her and is surprised. He is happy with what she did. They continue eating and joking, and time passes by, and they are happy. They get closer and closer. When they go out, our heroine receives a message from her mother inviting them to dinner. She is afraid to go, but Young holds her hand, reassuring her that he will go with her, and he won't let anyone bother her with words. She rejoices at his kindness and thanks him. When he delivers them, they find the food still not ready. They repeatedly look around her room and realize that he is the first guy to enter that room. They look at her pictures when she was young, but he asks her about her relationship with her sister. At that moment, Sam gets nervous and decides to tell him everything. She tells him that she is his half-sister, but her mother died a while ago. Since then, she has been living with us, and our heroine feels guilty because she doesn't know how to let her go. Young tries to comfort her and tells her that it is not her fault and reassures her that their relationship will definitely improve one day. She gets happy. Sam talks to them and tries to get closer to each other, but the maid enters and ruins the romantic moment. She tells them that dinner is ready. They go down to eat, and she meets her sister, who offers to come and sit with them, but her sister refuses and treats her badly, telling her that she doesn't want anything from her, then leaves. Sam gets upset because she doesn't know how to get close to her. After eating, she goes to sit on the balcony alone. Xiong notices that she isn't herself. He goes to talk to her to improve her mood. He tells her, "At first, I admired you, but now I love you and want to be with you." He asks her about her feelings towards him, and if she also loves him. She is surprised by his words, but she remembers her close friend, who was once her lover, who married her, and then abandoned her while she was pregnant. She is afraid that the same thing will happen to her, so she asks him to give her a chance. She thinks and confirms her feelings, and Young respects her wishes and decides to make her trust him. All of this is to prove to her that he truly loves her and doesn't want to laugh at her. The next day, they go back home, but he continues to take care of her and feeds her himself. He also helps her with her studies, and Sam is happy that he is by her side and supports her. She decides to do the same. At night, she goes to check on him, but she finds him sleeping by himself from exhaustion, and she finds it difficult. She doesn't want to disturb him, so she covers him and leaves. After that, they go into the kitchen to prepare food, but she gets hurt, and Young worries about her. He keeps holding her hand, reassuring her that it is just a small wound. She is amazed by his tenderness and feels that she too has started to fall in love with him. The next day, while she is going to university, she finds him preparing food for her to take with her. She is happy and thanks him. When she arrives, she sits to eat with her friends, but they notice that she is happy and know that she loves someone and that she is still about to give birth to the child in her womb. She leaves them and walks away, but she hears her sister's friends talking about her, saying that she is poor and orphaned. She gets angry and goes to defend her, fighting with them and warning them that if they mention her again, they will regret it. She reaches her sister and tells her that Sam knows that the girls say she is an orphan and poor. Unfortunately, her sister does not believe her. She thinks that she wants to cause a rift between them and asks her not to interfere in her life again, then leaves her. She walks away, and our heroine gets upset by her words. When she returns home, she finds Young waiting for her. He senses that she is depressed, so he tries to comfort and console her. He kisses her on the head and reassures her that he is by her side. He asks her if she wants to eat something. Sam is always happy and asks him to make her sushi. Although it is a difficult dish, our son is a skilled cook and decides to learn it for her. The next day, he wakes up early and prepares it. He also makes her juice, and our heroine is overjoyed. With his extra care, she thanks him and takes the food, but she goes and gives it to her pregnant friend because she is the one who wanted to eat it for a long time. Her friend is touched because she still remembers and thanks her because she made up for her bad boyfriend who abandoned her. Suddenly, the hero receives a message from her mother asking her to attend a party at home and bring Young with her. Sam is forced to agree and wears a dress that looks beautiful, and this time, Young is holding her hands, and he is happy. They go to the party, and there her father introduces her to a rich businessman and tells him that she will become a lawyer like him, but Sam knows that she loves dresses and fashion and wants to become a famous model. Her father gets upset because she embarrassed him, but Young admires what she did and supports her and takes her away. When they get in the car, he says to her, "I am proud of you because you chose what you love." Sam is happy, but suddenly a message from her sister comes to her asking for her help. She is surprised. She goes to her, and when she arrives, she finds her friends, the bullies, locking her in a room and the perverted young man approaching her. Young gets angry and pushes him away from her, warning him that if he even thinks of coming near her again, he will break his face him and whoever brought him after her. They take her and leave and take her home. There, Sam tries to comfort her, but her sister cries because she didn't believe her. She tells her, "I was their friend because I'm an orphan orphan and always feel lonely. She apologizes for how she treated her. Sam is moved by her words and lets her know that she's not upset with her. She hugs her and reassures her that she'll always be her sister, no matter what. She gives her a camera as a gift because she loves taking pictures. Her sister is happy, and they make up, and their relationship improves. After that, our heroine goes to Young and thanks him for what he did. She hugs him and confesses that she loves him too. He takes her, and they go back home. They find his dog waiting for them and play with it happily. Sam notices that he's not clean and decides to protect him, but she sees Young filming her and feels embarrassed. She splashes him with water. Young is forced to take off his shirt. Sam is amazed that he has muscles and admires his handsomeness, but she is embarrassed. She leaves him and walks away, then decides to go have lunch with her sister. They sit and eat as if they were one family. When they finish, her sister decides to try out her new camera and keeps taking pictures. Our heroine looks like a fashion model. Sam admires the pictures and realizes that she is talented and asks her to fulfill her dream and become a famous photographer. She returns home and finds Young studying with his close friend. He tells her to stay with them because he misses her. His friend is impressed by their relationship, but because he is foolish, he causes a fight and tells her that she is prettier than his old girlfriend. Sam is surprised because she didn't know that he was in a relationship. She thinks he is just messing with her, gets upset, and goes to her room to pack her things to sleep in a different room, far away from him. But Young follows her and tries to make up with her and finds out that he is really in a relationship. He also finds out that his colleague is in a relationship because he was inside with his friend. The challenge is that he makes her fall in love with him just to have fun, but he doesn't love her. He tells her that he doesn't love or want anyone but her. Sam is surprised by his words and feels that he is telling the truth. She forgives him and hugs him, and they go back to Sama and Honey. The next day, she wakes up early to prepare breakfast for him. Young is happy and holds her hand, thanking her for caring for him. He goes to help her, and they sit and eat together. He notices that she is distracted and thinks of her tiredness. He tells her to rest and doesn't know that tomorrow is her birthday. Sam gets upset and leaves. She prepares the cake with her sister and tells her that Young doesn't care about her and also forgot her birthday. Her sister tries to comfort her and tells her that he must know and is making her a surprise. She gives her a gift from her sister to make her happy. Sam is happy and thanks her, convinced by her words. She wears a dress that looks nice and goes back home to Young. She thinks they have prepared a surprise for her, but it's not. She finds him waiting for her all night, but he is late, so she can't stand it and falls asleep on her own from exhaustion. When she wakes up, she finds that Young sent her messages and knows that he is out studying. She gets upset because he really forgot her birthday. Her friend calls her on a video call and sings her happy birthday and celebrates it. Sam is happy and thanks her, but she is upset because everyone remembered her birthday except Young. She puts food for his dogs and decides to go out with her friends to improve her mood, but then he stops her. Sam goes to get juice, and her friend sees her. He offers her a gift and notices a piece of paper in her hair. He approaches her and picks it out. At that moment, Young arrives at the party and sees them together. He feels jealous and walks away. Sam is surprised and follows him. She stands in front of the car to stop him. She asks him to get out and talk to her. She tells him that he misunderstood and blames him for forgetting her birthday, but he tells her, "I didn't forget." He explains that he stayed up studying so he could celebrate her birthday and gives her a gift. Our heroine is happy, and when she opens it, she finds a ring. She is surprised and learns that he is proposing marriage to her. She can't believe it, of course, but she agrees because she loves him. Young holds her hand and puts the ring on her. He promises her that he will always be by her side and make her the happiest person in the world. He takes her, and they go to the party. Osama introduces him to her friends and shows them the ring. For the first time, she tells them that he is her fiancé and that they will get married. They are surprised and envious of her because he is a handsome and successful young man. They take them to dance and celebrate with them. Sam is happy and remembers her memories with Young and the sweet moments they lived at home. She tells him, "I am lucky to have met you because it is the first time I feel that I am happy from the bottom of my heart." They take pictures together to celebrate it as a memory. The next day, they take Sam with them to the orphanage. She throws a party for the children to make them happy and asks him to go up on stage to dance. Young is embarrassed because he does not know how to dance, but because he is smart, he is able to imitate the movements correctly. She calls him him and they continue. They play with the children, and everyone is happy because they finally feel the warmth of a family. Then they start distributing gifts. Xiang notices a girl sitting alone, so he goes to talk to her. He is surprised that her name is Sam, like our heroine. He learns that she is lonely and doesn't have any friends, so he gives her a gift and asks her to consider him her friend. Our heroine sees him and is impressed by his kindness. She calls him over. They all take pictures with the orphaned children to make them happy. Then she sits with him and says, "I am proud of you." He is happy with her words and tells her that his family has invited them today. He takes her and they go to visit his family. There, his father tells him that he has decided to make him the heir and director of the hospital. His brother is surprised and feels jealous because he wanted to be the director. Jiang tries to reason with him, but his brother refuses to listen. He tells him that he is selfish and wants to take everything for himself. Young, upset by his brother's words, leaves the table and goes to sit alone. Sam follows him, holds his hand to comfort him, and lets Young know that he doesn't need anything. There is no difference with all his father's possessions. Despite this, his brother continues to hate him. Sam tells him, "Your father trusts you. That's why he made you the heir." She reassures him that she is by his side and will always support him. The next day is New Year's Day, and they decide to celebrate it together. Young brings her boots as a gift, which makes our heroine happy. She thanks him, and in return, she gives him a necklace with her picture inside, so he can always remember her. Her sister is touched by their relationship. Sam also shares information about photography with her sister. She learns more from him, becomes happy with him, and the three of them spend a nice time together before watching fireworks. Her sister prefers to look up at the sky because she wished their mother could be there. She feels sorry for Sam and hugs her, saying, "Consider me your mother. Consider me your whole family." Young enters and jokes with them. When the clock strikes midnight, each one makes a wish. Sam makes her own wish that her dream will come true and she will become a model. The next day, she learns from her friend that a fashion company has agreed to hire her, but she has to travel. She is shocked and can't believe it. When she returns home to tell her mother, hoping to make her happy, her mother refuses. She tells her to marry Young because her father is running for the elections and needs Young's support. Sam tells her, "I don't care about father. I have a future ahead of me." Sam becomes very upset and feels they are exploiting her for their own benefit. She tells her mother she will do what she loves and walks away crying. Her sister sees her, follows her, hugs her to console her, and asks her not to give up on her dream. Sam thanks her and leaves. She returns home and finds Yoongi waiting for her. He has already found out what happened and tells her that he is proud of her. He promises to make her happy and to help her achieve her dream. Our heroine is touched by his words and feels she has chosen the right person. The next day, she prepares to travel. Yoongi goes with her to the airport and tells her that he will miss her. He continues to encourage her and gives her confidence. Sam thanks him, says goodbye, and gets on the plane to the city where she will have the interview. But when she arrives, she finds Yoongi waiting for her. She is surprised and can't believe it. He tells her that he took leave just to be with her. Our heroine is very happy because she didn't want to be away from him in the first place. They spend time together, going around the city, holding hands until they reach the company. They start working with Simbala, who admires her beauty and agrees to hire her. The first photo shoot begins. Our heroine is happy and laughs because she has achieved part of her dream and because Young is standing there watching her. At the end of the day, she goes with him to a hotel. She thanks him for encouraging her to do what she loves. They decide to spend the evening together, but she falls asleep from exhaustion. Young covers her and lets her rest. The next day, Sam wakes up and apologizes to him. He tells her that he wasn't upset. He takes her out on a date, buys her the ice cream she loves, and they continue to enjoy themselves. They take pictures, shop for matching clothes, and have fun. At night, they sit by the sea. Sam is surprised that he keeps filming her and asks why. Young tells her that he wants to document every moment they spend together so he can always remember her. Our heroine is touched by his words and is sure that he really loves her. She asks him to stay by her side and never leave her. The next day, they return to their home. Sam gives him a stethoscope to use in his work. They agree that each of them will focus on achieving their own dream. Young In begins training at the hospital, while Sam chooses to do photo shoots and advertisements for dresses and products. Because of this, she often comes home tired. When Young sees her, he covers her with a blanket, not wanting to disturb her. The next day, Sam visits her sister to learn how to cook so she can make the food that Young loves. While she is there, she suddenly receives a call from a famous designer who wants her to model his new dresses. This makes our heroine very happy, and she accepts the offer, knowing it is the opportunity of a lifetime. Excited, she goes home to tell Young, but when he comes back, he is exhausted, apologizes to her, and goes straight to sleep. Sam becomes upset that she didn't get a chance to share the good news with him. Later, she receives a message confirming the location of her upcoming advertisement shoot. She wears the dress and sends Young a message, asking him to watch her. When Young wakes up, he sees the message, but since he has work at the hospital, he decides to watch from there with his colleague. He is proud of her, but suddenly an emergency arises, and he cannot continue watching. Meanwhile, Sam grows nervous before her turn, but she remembers Young's reassuring words. Gathering her courage, she steps onto the stage confidently, showcasing the dress. The Koreans admire her beauty and talent, applauding her performance. After finishing, she checks her phone, but finds no message from Young. Disappointed, she decides to go home and talk to him, but when she arrives, he isn't there. Instead, he sends her a message explaining that he's still at the hospital, promising to make it up to her with a dinner invitation. That night, Sam is excited and dresses beautifully for the dinner, but when she arrives at the restaurant, she finds that Young is still busy and cannot join her, leaving her to eat alone. While there, she suddenly sees news online that her parents are accused of corruption for taking bribes. Shocked, she rushes home to confirm. When she arrives, she finds the police investigating them. Devastated, she collapses and confronts her father, telling him she is ashamed of him. Her father gets angry, slaps her, and tells her that without his money, she would never have studied or gone to university. Sam is heartbroken by his words, but before the argument escalates, Young arrives and takes her away to calm her down. He brings her home before returning to the hospital. The next day, Sam wakes up and finds Young's mother waiting for her. At first, she thinks she came to comfort her, but to her shock, the mother tells her to separate from her son. She says, "You love him, but you must stay away from him. He is going to be a doctor, and your family's scandal will destroy his future." Sam is devastated because she loves him deeply, but doesn't want to ruin his life. That night, the news about her family spreads everywhere. Sam feels guilty and worries about ruining Young's reputation. When Young comes home, she tries to talk to him, but he avoids the conversation. She tells him she is leaving, but he refuses to listen. Later, Sam visits her sister and finds her locked in her room. She waits until she opens the door, and her sister tearfully says that she feels like a curse and a bad omen to their family. Sam is heartbroken by her words. She comforts her, saying she is not at fault for anything, and asks her to forgive herself. She hugs her sister and promises to always stay by her side. Afterward, Sam returns home and waits for Young. When he arrives, she notices his face is bruised. Realizing he had a fight because of her, she feels even more guilty. She tries to speak to him again, but before she can, he takes her hand and says firmly, "I will never abandon you. I love you, and I am committed to you. I will marry you no matter what." Sam is overwhelmed by his words and breaks down in tears. Now, torn between her love for Young and the weight of her family's scandal, she doesn't know what to do. The next day, she has a photo shoot. When she arrives, she overhears some girls talking about her family. They say her family is corrupt, and of course, she must be the same. They claim she only works through connections, just like them. Sam gets upset by their words. She takes a break to calm herself and decides to call her sister, but her phone is switched off. Worried, Sam begins to feel something bad might have happened. After finishing the shoot, she finally receives a call. Relieved, she quickly answers, thinking it's her sister, but instead, it is the maid. With a trembling voice, the maid apologizes and tells her the devastating news. Her sister has died. Without any warning, Sam collapses to the ground, crying uncontrollably. When her mother hears the news, she feels guilty for treating her daughter so harshly, but it is too late. Sam continues to cry in despair. Later, Sam goes to say her final goodbye to her sister, accompanied by her friend. She hugs her tightly, trying to hold on to her for the last time. But our heroine is completely devastated, knowing she will never see her again. She cries because her sister was everything to her, her life. It was enough that her sister had already suffered so much, growing up without a mother and enduring constant hardship. When Sam enters her sister's room, she finds a video left behind on the camera. In it, her sister apologizes for everything and admits that she truly loved Sam, but she could no longer carry the heavy burden of life. She explains that she decided to fly away and asks Sam to always remember her with love. Watching this, Sam feels guilty for not noticing her sister's pain and cries even harder. At the funeral, Sam attends one last time to say goodbye. Young is there with her, comforting her, but Sam is afraid he will suffer because of her. To protect him, she breaks his heart, telling him that she never loved him, that she was only using him, and that he must stay away from her. Young is shocked and cannot believe her words. He knows she doesn't mean it. Crying, he hugs her and begs her to stay because he truly loves her, but Sam pushes him away and leaves. When she gets into the car, she cries bitterly. Deep down, she still loves him, but sacrifices herself for his future. Later, she goes home to pack her things. Before she can leave, Young arrives. He hugs her tightly and asks her to stay with him, just for tonight. Sam agrees. She falls asleep on Young's shoulder, while he silently watches her with tears in his eyes. The next morning, when she wakes up, she finds a letter he left behind. In it, Young writes that he cannot bear to watch her walk away, but he will always carry her in his heart. He asks her to take care of herself and promises to make her proud. Touched by his words, Sam gathers her strength. She tells her family that from now on, she will no longer listen to them or live under their control. She will follow her own dream. With that, she leaves for the airport, determined to become a model and build her own life. 3 years pass. Sam has now achieved her dream. She travels the world, stars in countless advertisements, and becomes a famous model admired by fans everywhere. Her photos are all over the internet, and she is finally happy, proud that she proved her talent and success to everyone. One day, Sam goes to the hospital with a baby girl. We learn that the child is her friend's daughter, whom she is taking for a checkup. By chance, she meets Young Woo again, now a pediatrician. He is shocked when he sees her. For a moment, he cannot believe who stands before him. He examines the baby, then looks at Sam. He reassures her kindly and greets her warmly. Sam, nervous but touched, thanks him and quickly leaves. When she returns to her company, she learns that rumors are spreading. People think the little girl is her daughter. Her manager insists she hold a press conference to explain the truth, but Sam refuses. She promised her friend she would never reveal the child's real parents, since her friend doesn't want the father to know where she is. Sam reassures her manager that people will eventually forget. To avoid attention, she begins wearing a mask in public so no one will recognize her. Later, when her friend asks her to care for the child for 2 days, Sam agrees. But she finds herself thinking about Young again. Curious, she searches his name online and is surprised to learn that he has become a well-known pediatrician who has also achieved his dream. At that moment, Sam realizes the truth: she still loves him. The next day, she takes her friend's daughter for a walk. They go out together and sit in a park. There, the girl sees some dogs and goes to play with them. By chance, Young's dogs turn out to be hers. Sam is surprised when she sees him and feels that fate has brought them together. She notices that he has a new dog and learns that he named it after her. She is touched that he still remembers her. Young feels embarrassed and leaves. The next day, Sam decides to take her friend, who works as a flight attendant, to the airport. However, she notices that her friend is scared and learns that her ex-boyfriend is at the airport because he is a pilot. She is afraid that he will see the girl and realize that she is his daughter. Sam tries to reassure her and encourages her to tell him. By chance, her ex-boyfriend meets them. He notices that the girl looks exactly like him and keeps staring at her. He immediately realizes that she is his daughter and apologizes to her. He had been away from her, but decides to take her to live with him to make it up to her. Sam sees the pictures of the 3 of them together and is happy that finally her friend and daughter will live happily, but she is sad that she will miss them. She sits alone in a restaurant until her colleague sees her and joins her. She keeps drinking until she feels dizzy. She tells him about Young, that she still loves him, and how much it affects her. Her colleague tries to comfort her with words, but he too feels lonely. In the restaurant, someone takes photos of them without their noticing. When Sam returns home, she finds her picture on the internet, and everyone thinks she is engaged to her colleague. The next day, when she goes to work, reporters are waiting for her and keep asking her about her lover. She panics and feels like she can't breathe. Fortunately, Young arrives in time. He runs to her, pushes the reporters away, and hugs her to reassure her. At that moment, Sam is amazed by his words and his actions. She sits with him until the journalists leave. Young congratulates her on her success and tells her she has achieved her dream. Sam thanks him for saving her. She leaves but forgets her wallet, which Young later finds. Sam goes to her friend's daughter's birthday party. She sings happily because she finally feels like she has a family and even a boyfriend. Her friend distributes cards and announces that she will marry and have a new wedding celebration. Sam is happy for her, congratulates her, and wishes wishes her a joyful life, but afterward, she drinks alone until she becomes dizzy and imagines Young standing in front of her. She hallucinates, telling him that she still loves him. When she wakes up, she is shocked to realize she said all this to her colleague. Feeling embarrassed, she apologizes to him. Later, she goes to a photo shoot. When she finishes, she discovers that her wallet is missing. She realizes that she is still in love with Young and decides to call him. She is surprised that he still has her number saved. When she asks about her wallet, he tells her that he has it, but is currently in the hospital. Sam goes to meet him and waits a long time. Exhausted, she falls asleep. Young finds her, wakes her up, and notices she is dizzy. He tries to support her, but she faints. Realizing she is overworked, he lets her rest in his room and stays by her side until she wakes up. He gives her his jacket to wear and tells her to rest before leaving to continue his work. Sam looks at his photos and magazines with her pictures in them. She is surprised to see proof that he still loves her. When Young returns, she notices he is upset and crying. She talks to him and learns that he once had a child he never knew about. He feels helpless because he couldn't be there for the child. Sam is moved by his kindness and tries to comfort him, telling him to forgive himself because it wasn't his fault. Young thanks her. Before leaving, he asks her about the baby she has with her, but then realizes it is actually her friend's daughter. Later, her friend gives birth, and Young feels relieved knowing Sam is not in a relationship. He feels there is still hope for them to be together again. Sam says goodbye to him and leaves. The next day, she has an important fashion show. She feels nervous and scared, but she remembers Youngo's constant words of encouragement, which give her strength. She walks confidently, showing off the dresses. Everyone admires her beauty and applauds. She rejoices and imagines her late sister watching over her. She wishes she were there. When she gets home, she feels the urge to talk to Youngo or see him. She grabs her phone, wanting to call him, but hesitates, afraid of what he might say. Instead, she accidentally sends him a message. Embarrassed, she pretends she wanted to reach out. The only thing she mentions is his jacket, the one he once gave her. Young agrees to meet. The next day, he invites her to lunch. They sit together, and he tells her she looks beautiful. When he notices a bit of food at the corner of her mouth, he gently wipes it away. Sammy feels happy, realizing he still cares for her. He hasn't changed. He's still the same man attached to her. After they finish eating, he offers to take her somewhere. They meet again and practice yoga together. Sammy laughs, apologizing. Sorry, I'm treating it like a match, not yoga. Anyway, I'll come again. Young laughs at her behavior. The following day, he visits her at home, bringing sushi, her favorite. Our heroine feels embarrassed because her friend is the one who truly loves sushi, but she eats anyway so as not to be rude. She laughs at him afterward. Then the coach arrives and they start practicing. Young imitates her movements, watching her closely. When he sees the coach getting too close, he grows jealous and pushes him slightly away, saying, "Where are you going, Professor? Your hand is poison." She feels secretly happy that he's still interested in her. Jealous, Young mutters, "Fine, I'm leaving now." She acts normal, trying not to show her feelings, but eventually admits her emotions to him. Just then, someone knocks at the door. When she opens it, she finds a handsome colleague standing there. He sees Young inside and immediately suspects something between them. The two men keep staring at each other, unable to hide their dislike. Afraid a fight might break out, Sammy brings them juice to calm things down. She sits with them, trying to change the subject, but Young is clearly jealous. He keeps drinking to forget. Later, since he isn't used to being alone, Sam moves him to the couch. She stays by his side, and while he's asleep, she hears him calling her name. She is overjoyed to know he still loves her and keeps watching him tenderly. When he wakes up, he asks her why she is there. She pulls away nervously. Then she learns he had fought with his family and had once been willing to lose everything for her. His words move her deeply. She admits she felt guilty and didn't want to ruin his future because of her. Tears fall as she confesses the pain of losing her sister, something she still cannot overcome. Young hugs her tightly and apologizes. He promises to stay by her side, holding her hand to reassure her. Our heroine feels safe and falls asleep on his shoulder. The next day, her friend visits. She notices Young sleeping on the couch and immediately realizes they are back together. She encourages Sam to give herself another chance, knowing she still loves him. Her words convince Sam. When Young wakes, Sam asks if he still loves her. She remembers how he once resented her for breaking up with him, but his reply shocks her. He has never forgotten her. She is his first and last love. He asks her to come with him for a walk. Covering her eyes with a cloth, he leads her somewhere. When they arrive, he removes the cloth, and Sam is astonished it's their old house. Young explains that he kept it exactly the same because it reminded him of their shared memories. He asks her to come back and live with him. Overjoyed, she holds his hand and agrees. But when she steps into the kitchen, she is hit by a flood of memories memories, her sister taking pictures of her with a camera. She feels sad and misses her deeply. Young notices and comforts her, telling her that her sister is in a better place, that she should not be upset. He stays by her side until she falls asleep peacefully. The next day, he wakes up early and prepares breakfast for her, just like before. Sam is touched by his care because she used to feel so lonely. Later, they take the dogs out for a walk and keep talking about their old memories. They decide to create new ones, but then Sam receives a call from her manager, telling her she has a photo shoot. She apologizes to Young and is forced to leave. She wears a white dress for the shoot, looking like a princess. The dress suits her beautifully. The photographer notices that, for the first time, her laughter seems genuine and from the heart. Curious, he asks her why. She simply answers that she has decided to go back to her ex-lover, but she refuses to tell him who it is. Afterward, she goes to her friend's house for the wedding day. She and her friends wear matching dresses and take pictures together. Then the girls leave, and Sam goes on stage to congratulate her friend, wishing her a happy life with her husband. She asks him to take care of her and never upset her because she is kind and loves him sincerely. Touched by Sam's words, the man tears up and they both cry. After the wedding, Sam sits alone until her colleague approaches her. He asks what she is thinking about. Sam tells him that she has a job offer in America, but she doesn't want to leave Young and be far from him again. She feels confused and doesn't know what to do, but her colleague encourages her to travel. He tells her that he loves her and will wait for her. Sam is moved by his words and thanks him. The next day, her friend travels with her husband, leaving her daughter in Sam's care. Our heroine then goes to meet Young, and they decide to spend some quality time together. They visit an amusement park, play games, joke around, and enjoy themselves, but the good times don't last long. Suddenly, Sam's fans and the fans of her colleague appear. They are shocked to see her with Young because they believed she was in a relationship with her colleague. Nervous, Sam takes a bold step. She holds Young's hand in front of everyone, making it clear he is her boyfriend. They leave the place, but photos of them are taken and quickly spread online. Rumors start circulating that she is fooling around with different men. The news reaches her manager, who becomes furious, accusing her of hiding the truth. Sam apologizes and explains that Young was her ex-fiancé and that they broke up because of her strange condition. She begs her manager to be patient because she is afraid Young will be hurt because of her. Unfortunately, things worsen. A journalist sneaks into the hospital pretending to be a patient. While Young examines him, the journalist secretly films him and suddenly asks about his relationship with Sam. Realizing the trick, Young calls security to throw him out. Still, the hospital director becomes angry, fearing for the hospital's reputation, and asks Young to resign. When Sam finds out, she feels crushed with guilt. She immediately calls Young to apologize, but he reassures her that he is fine. He tells her, "You are more important to me than anything." He asks her to take care of herself until everything is resolved. Sam feels comforted by his words and thanks him for being in her life. But when she returns home, she is shocked to find Young's mother waiting for her. His mother angrily tells her that Young had a fight with his father and even lost his job because of her. She warns Sam to stay away from him or she will regret it. Our heroine feels devastated, as if the whole world is against her. After that, she locks herself inside her home, refusing to go out all day. When her friend learns about her honeymoon, she immediately goes and hugs Sam to cheer her up. She takes her mobile phone away so she doesn't see the rumors being spread about her and asks her to rest. Sam actually does this. Another day, Young-soo comes to see her. He hugs her and reassures her that he will always stay by her side, reminding her that she is not alone. Later, when Sam opens her phone, she is surprised to see that all her friends are defending her publicly. Each one shares moments when she made them happy. Our heroine is touched by their words and feels grateful that they trust her. Encouraged, she decides to take courage and hold a press conference. Young-soo supports her and goes with her. There, she begins to tell the truth. She explains that her family arranged her engagement to Young-soo for their own benefit, but that later, when she got to know him, she truly fell in love with him. She admits that she distanced herself from him only because she was afraid for his future, due to the rumors that surrounded her. The broadcaster is touched by her honesty, and the public believes her. When the episode airs, people sympathize with her and forgive her. That night, her friends invite her out and celebrate with her. Though they know she is preparing to travel to America, they cry as they say goodbye. When she returns home, she decides to tell Young. She fears he will be upset, but instead, he encourages her to go, asking her to take care of herself. He tells her that he loves her no matter what, and that he will wait for her all his life. Sam is deeply moved by his words. She cries and leaves him. The next day, he goes with her to the airport and holds her hand until the moment of her flight. He hugs her tightly. Sam cries, unable to believe she is leaving him behind. Days and months pass. In America, our heroine becomes famous. She continues to model, appear in advertisements, and hold events everywhere. She finally achieves her dream, becoming the most successful model in the world. But despite all her success, she refuses to respond to Young's messages. After a year, she decides to return to her country. When she arrives, her handsome colleague is waiting for her at the airport. He proudly tells her that he bought the club and takes her to see it. She admires the place and congratulates him. Suddenly, she receives a call from her friend, saying her daughter is sick. Sam rushes to the hospital to check on her. There, by chance, she meets Young. She gets nervous when she sees him, but he greets her warmly and asks to talk. He takes her to a shop and buys her the ice cream she loves. He asks why she never replied to his messages. She explains that she didn't want to distract him because she knew how busy he was. Young, touched that she had been thinking of his future, forgives her and takes her home to cook for her. There, he holds her hand and tells her that he has spoken to his father and that he finally approved of their relationship. They can now get married. Sam is shocked but overjoyed. Right away, he takes her to attend the opening of her friend's new club. She dances with him in front of everyone, no longer afraid of anything. The next day, Young takes her to meet his family. His mother apologizes for being harsh before, admitting she was unfair to her. She asks Sam to consider her a second mother. Our heroine is moved by her words, but she also thinks of her own family. Gathering courage, she goes to visit them in prison. When her mother sees her, she breaks into tears and says, "I regret everything. All I want is your forgiveness." Sam is touched, but also pained. She tells her mother that she cannot forget that her sister died because of her. The visit ends with Sam crying uncontrollably. Young hugs her to comfort her, and then takes her to her sister's grave. Sam apologizes for not visiting sooner. She tells her sister that she has achieved her dream, that she has become a model, and whispers, "I wish you were by my side. I love you, and I will always remember you." Wanting to make her happy, Young surprises her when they return home. He decorates the place with flowers and roses, then kneels on the ground, offering her a ring. Sam is overwhelmed and hugs him. She tells him she accepts, and he places the ring on her finger. She takes a picture with it and shares it with her fans. This time, they rejoice in her happiness and support her because they know how much she has suffered. Finally, Sam and Young get married. They live happily ever after and are blessed with children, both boys and girls. And the story comes to an end. I hope that if you have reached the end, you will subscribe to the channel and support us with a like. You can also check out other series that you might enjoy. We have many beautiful ones, and I can recommend the best for you, dear viewer. Thank you, and peace.